Hello and welcome to the 5-day Healthy Habit Kickstart. We are officially starting on Monday, but I wanted to provide you with a video / podcast just to give you a little bit of an outline of what you can expect from the next 5 days and give you a bit more info on how it's going to work. So my aim is to help you to achieve a bit of an aha moment this week, a light bulb moment, if you will, a bit of a breakthrough, okay? I want you to recognise what has been stopping you, what have been the blockers, what have been the excuses, what have been the barriers that have stopped you from getting where you want to be. Okay, I won't be giving you meal plans. I won't be giving you a banned food list because I don't believe that either of those things work or are helpful. What I will be giving you is some habits that you can work on, some healthy habits that you can work on, and some tools and resources that are going to support you to implement these healthy habits for the next 5 days, but also, most importantly, to recognise the unhelpful mindset and behaviours and actions that are getting in your way and stopping you from getting to your goal and getting to where you want to be. I've helped hundreds of women to achieve their goals, and I wanted to spend this next week giving you the opportunity to get some of that support and help from me completely free. Now, you are all here because you want to change something, because you are stuck, okay? And here's something you might not like, but it's the truth. You are stuck at the moment. You're not getting to your goals. You're not getting to where you want to be. And you are probably keeping yourself stuck because what you have tried and what you have been trying hasn't been working for you. It might have worked temporarily, but it hasn't been working for you since. And if it did work, you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't need my help. These 5 days are a taster of what it's like to work with me in my community, specifically in the Last Diet Club, which I'll be opening spaces for at the end of this week, and you will get first access to those spaces along with my existing clients, okay? You'll get first access to those at an early bird price, okay? I'll tell you more about that during this week, but here's something I want to assure you. I am not going to make any promises to you about the results you can get in 5 days, about the results you can even get at the end of 6 weeks, the results that you can get at the end of 6 months, because that depends on the work that you're going to put in. What I will promise you though is honesty. You are going to get honesty from me for the next 5 days, and you will always get honesty from me if you choose to come and work with me in my program. You're here to make a change. That's why you signed up. That's why you filled in the form. That's why you've joined in the WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined in the WhatsApp group yet, I recommend you check your emails and you do that ASAP. That's why you filled in the form telling me what you're struggling with and what your goals are. If you haven't filled in that form, I recommend that you do that ASAP. The more detailed, the more specific you are with what you need help with, the more I can help you. But either way, you are here to make a change, and those changes take longer than the next 5 days. They take longer than the next 6 weeks. So I'm not promising you results in a specific amount of time. That's down to you. That's down to you taking on board what I'm giving you and implementing the actions. But I do promise you, along with that honesty, is that I can help you make your life better. That's a bold promise. But you need to make the commitment to yourself to make changes. We're not talking about a complete life change. I'm not talking about, some radical, ridiculous change. I'm talking about starting to implement small habit changes and behaviour changes that will then add up to making huge changes in your life. Okay, the clients that I currently work with, yes, they are losing weight. Yes, they are getting fitter. They are getting healthier. They are improving their energy, but they are also improving the relationships in their lives. They are improving how they perform at work. They're improving their sleep. They're improving. Some of them have got illness markers, type 2 diabetes and heart problems, and they are improving their test results from these things. Okay, that is not something I take lightly. Okay, so they are improving their whole life, their relationship with their children, how they're showing up with their families. But that only happens when you make a commitment to start showing up for you. Okay, when you make a commitment to make those changes, reach out for help and support and accountability when you need it, and make those changes. So if you are here because you want to make a change. You are here because you want something to change in your life and to improve. That's fine. I can give you the help to do that, but you need to make the commitment too. Okay. So I've looked through the forms that I've received so far. Like I say, it's not too late if you want to add to that, go ahead and do it. But you told me that your goals are to lose weight, to get fitter, to get stronger, to have more energy, to make time for your own self-care, to make improvements in specific to make specific health improvements. So some of you have told me that you have some illnesses. Some of you that have told me that you've got some injuries. You want to improve those. And you've told me you want to be happier, healthier, and more confident. And like I said, we can't fix all these things in 5 days, but I can start you on your way to doing that. And I can continue to show you how you can do that if you choose to come and be part of my community. So here's the things that you told me that you were struggling with when it comes to achieving your weight loss, fitness and health goals. You told me you were struggling with being consistent. You were struggling with your weekends. You were struggling with evening snacking. You felt like you ate really healthily during the day, but then it gets to the evening and you just can't stop snacking. That you were struggling with self-discipline and willpower. I'm going to tell you some things about self-discipline and willpower through this week. Struggling with emotional eating and stress. Lots of you are struggling with time and finding time to do the things that you need to do amongst all of your other responsibilities and priorities in life. Some of you are struggling to find motivation. Some of you have got menopause, perimenopause symptoms that that are getting in your way as well. It's about knowing what to eat. There's sugar cravings that are getting in your way, building and sustaining habits. Some of you have said that you feel like you drink too much alcohol, managing hunger as well. Some of you are often really, really hungry. We're going to definitely look at that. Some of you need the accountability. I also heard that lots of you are making excuses for yourself. You're not prioritizing yourself. And then you have this all or nothing or perfectionist tendency and approach to everything that you do when it comes to trying to achieve your goals. And I like to think that we are going to touch on all of those things across the next 5 days, not in loads and loads of detail, because otherwise I'm going to be talking at you for 8 hours a day, but I can help you with all of these things, okay? So here's the things that I have planned for us to cover over the next 5 days. But depending on how things go, depending on what comes up from you, the questions, the challenges, the things you need help with, I might tweak and change this. So I'm going to give you the idea and the outline now, and then if we need to make tweaks and changes as we go through, that's what we're going to do. So tomorrow, we're going to be talking about your mindset. Now, 90% of the work that I do is on mindset, because mostly we know what to eat, and mostly we know we need to move our bodies. You might not specifically know how you could tweak your meals and make them a bit healthier. You might not know what exercise you should be doing, but you probably know you need to eat healthily and move your body, okay? But actually, it is your mindset and your beliefs about your food, about dieting, about your health that hold you back. So tomorrow we're going to cover some of the most common mindset blocks and beliefs that come up in my coaching with my clients. I'm going to give you lots of examples. On Tuesday, we're going to talk about how to show up for yourself more consistently. So what that really is dropping the excuses. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about how it's not you, it's them. So what you've been doing up until this point has not worked for you, and I'm going to tell you exactly why those other diets don't work for you. Then we're going to talk on Thursday about how your focus and obsession on the number on the scales is holding you back and not serving you. And then on Friday, we're going to talk about the truth about exercise. We're going to bust some myths. I'm going to talk to you about what you should be focusing on if you want to get results. And I'm also going to extend the invitation to you that if you want to join me for a live workout on Friday morning, you can do. It will be at 6:30 in the morning on Friday. Now, over the next 5 days, like I said, I'm going to try and cover as much as possible from all of the struggles and the goals that you filled out for me on your forms, and talk to you about what you need to do to get results in the things that you're struggling in. But the first thing I need you to do is to realise that it is impossible for you to change all of these things in 5 days. And I think this is about the third time I've mentioned this now. But what I want you to consciously do is decide that this is your start point, okay? There's no BS from here. If you want serious results, you need to make serious commitment to get those. That doesn't mean sacrificing your whole social life. That doesn't mean cancelling all your plans. That doesn't mean never eating chocolate or drinking wine again. It means that you need to make the decision to commit to yourself and understand that everything you've done so far, looking for the quick fixes, hasn't worked. I've got clients that have been working with me for a year and a half, 2 years, because they are committed long term to making these changes and getting the results that they want. And they understand that takes longer than 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. Okay. And if you've been around me and following me for a while, or even done one of my resets before, you'll know I'm all about long term. Sustainable change is not going to come from quick fixes or restrictive diets or super aggressive plans. We can make a start on those changes, but in order for you to continue to make those changes, you need to make commitment. And like I said, if you want my support, then I will make that offer out to you at the end of the week and you can come and get my support. But in order to get you off that yo-yo cycle of I've lost weight, I've gained it back, I'm losing weight, I've gained it back, that yo-yo dieting cycle, or that cycle of I hold on to my habits for a little while and then I drop them and then I pick them back up and I drop them, we're going to work on how you can change that. But remember, you're stuck because of you. You're stuck because you keep choosing to go and look for those quick fixes and those get shredded quick plans. And actually, they're not quick fixes because they keep you going back to square one each time. What you think is a quick fix is actually something you've been doing for years and years and years. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to slow down, because in the long term, slowing down and doing this properly is what's going to give you a lifetime of results. Okay. Now, there are a big group of you here, and I'm going to tell you now that not all of you will still be here at the end of the week. Lots of you are going to drop out, and that's okay. That's what will happen. But I'm going to ask you now to realise that if you give up on doing this after a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, then that again is a choice you've made in order to keep yourself stuck. So just think about that. So here's how it's going to work. Each day I am going to drop a little lesson into the WhatsApp group. So overnight I will be closing messages on the WhatsApp group. You will not, once I'm ready to switch my phone off and not be on WhatsApp anymore, I will be turning the messages off on that WhatsApp group, and I will turn them back on again the next morning. Okay. And each day I will drop a video and its podcast link, so you can either watch it on video or listen to it on a podcast in that chat. That's your lesson. Plus you're going to get a task for the day and an educational resource from my bank of client resources for you to use. Okay. Now, my responsibility in the next 5 days is to be your guide and to be your coach, provide you with the knowledge, the tools and the structure to support you and the support. Your responsibility is to engage with that process. Okay, I've just given you like a massive chat about you need to realize that things need to change, otherwise you're going to stay where you are. And that's what I'm talking about here. Engage with the process. Don't just sign up and sit back in that WhatsApp group and not take action. I'm going to ask questions, answer the questions. I'm going to post polls, answer the polls. I'm going to give you tasks, do the tasks. Like I've said, some of you won't stick at this. Some of you will listen to this first podcast and immediately you'll drop out. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But let me tell you, the stuff I teach my clients works. But it only works if you do the work. And this stuff I'm teaching you, the stuff I'm going to share with you, that's the work. It's not about meal plans. It's not about exercise routines. It's about building these habits slowly. Okay. So like I said, read the guides I send you, watch the videos or listen to the podcast version, respond to the questions, respond to the polls. The more you put in, as cheesy as it sounds, the more you will get out. If you just sit back and watch all this happen, you won't get anything out of this. If you ignore me, how can I help you? Coaching is a two-way process. I will give you everything you need, but you have to do the work and you have to get to engage. I don't give my time away for free, right? For free, 5 days, 6 if you include today. I don't give my time away for free very often. I save my clients and my energy. I save my time and my energy for my clients. So if you've taken this opportunity, don't waste it. Because these things don't happen very often. A couple of times a year, if that. I used to do them a lot more often than I do now. But now I've got that many clients that I need to make sure my time and my energy is prioritized towards them. So I really don't do this very often. And if you waste this opportunity, then you've wasted it. So you can change your life in the next 5 days. Like I say, I'm not going to promise you some weight loss goal, some weight loss result in the next 5 days, but you can make some real shifts in your mindset and your approach in the next 5 days if you engage and you take action. Okay, so over the next 5 days, I'm going to ask you to focus on just 5 daily habits. I don't want you to do these perfectly. I don't want you to think that if you haven't done all of them every day, you have failed and that you have to leave. That's not the case. But here's what they are. Number 1, I want you to take a couple of minutes at the beginning of each day, preferably before anyone else is up, to plan your day. Okay? 5 minutes before the kids and the chaos start to plan your day. Take some quiet time. What's the most important thing I need to get done today? Do I know where I need to be? Plan your day. Number 2 is I want you to eat 3 high protein meals every day for the next 5 days. Number 3, I want you to aim to eat at least 5 portions of fruit and veg every day. Number 4 is get a walk, preferably outside every day, ideally around 30 minutes. And number 5, I'm going to ask you to post a daily win or something you're grateful for in the group every day. Now, it's okay not to tick these off daily. Like I said, there's 5 of them, and I don't want you to feel like you have to do all 5 perfectly every day. That's not realistic. Remember, we're slowing down to go fast. I'm going to post in, or I will have posted in the WhatsApp group with this episode, a little tracker that you can use on your social media. So you can use it in Instagram or Facebook stories, or you can create a post with symbols of these 5 habits on there. And I want you to post this every day. Tag me in and tick off the ones that you've done that day. Remember, not being perfect is absolutely acceptable. It's been a slow step day for me today, and I'm only on 4,000 and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. So, I'm probably not going to hit my step goal. That's okay. Now, you might have joined this expecting that I'm going to set you maybe some nutrition targets or a calorie target. Some of my clients choose to track calories, and we work together on that. We're not focusing on that across 5 days. That's not the point of these 5 days. Next 5 days with healthy habits. However, in the WhatsApp group, I will share with you, and in the show notes, I will share with you the link to my calorie calculator, so that if you want to work out your own calories, you can. But we will not be covering calories and nutrition in depth this week. Okay, we'll be talking about your habits of protein, fruit and veg, but we're not going to be talking about calories and nutrition. So what is your task for today then? Well, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to introduce yourself in the WhatsApp group. Come and say hello, tell us who you are and why you're here. Then I want you to make a promise or a commitment to yourself for the next 5 days. So promise that you are going to put as much effort as possible into the next 5 days, and that you're going to show up for you. Okay, that's your task for today. I will pop also in the WhatsApp group your tracker and the link to my calorie calculator if you want to use those. And then I will see you. Well, I'll send you the podcast episode of tomorrow's lesson in the morning and give you your daily task then. So thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to helping you for the next 5 days. If you haven't done everything that you need to do, the adding yourself to the WhatsApp group, filling in your form, then please do so. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I'd really like to get involved in Chrissy's Healthy Habit Kickstart, it's not too late. Check the link in the show notes and come and join us. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you on Monday.